Hi, I'm Zachary Crawford and I'm here today with Complete Human Performance to show you how to do a proper bench press. So we're going to be doing a barbell bench press today, and first thing we're going to do is go over setup and things you want to be thinking about mid bench press. So whenever you're benching, the first thing you want to do is get into a good position. And whenever you're trying to get into a good position, you want to get all your power from the ground. So you want to have a good foot placement, and you want to have your butt touching, and then you also want to have your shoulders and neck touching if possible. Now, whenever you're bench pressing, you want to fully retract your shoulder blades. You want them all the way back and press down. And then whenever you're pressing, you want to keep them pressed back the whole time. If you don't keep them pressed back, you're going to unpack your shoulders and shoulder blades, and you're going to come all the way up here. And then for any reps after that, you won't be as secure and able to control the weight when it comes down because your back won't be as engaged. Now, whenever we're setting up, that's one of the things that you really want to make sure is happening, is that your shoulder blades are retracted and good. And you don't want to have a bar at a height that's positioned that's too hard to grab for you, because you have to unpack your shoulder blades and grab it. Then you're going to be back to square one. The other thing that's really important for bench press is you want to engage your lats. There's lots of different cues for this, lots of different ways to say it. I like to tell people it's like you're driving two cars at once with a steering wheel in each hand, and you're trying to go outwards with both steering wheels at the same time, like you're trying to turn left and right at the same time and get some good lat engagement. Other people will tell you to try to bend the bar like rebar towards your feet, and also try to pull the bar apart. So if you do some combination of all three, you'll probably find the one that works best for you. So let's get to the actual setup. So everyone has a different bench setup. I'm going to show you a more generic setup. My setup, I actually approach from the back. Doesn't really matter, just whatever works best for you, as long as the end result is important. As long as you can get that, that's what matters. So go right here. Get all the way back. Focus on getting the shoulder blades tight, then I'm going to engage the feet. Now, leg drive is something that's important about bench pressing, and you want to get your feet tight, and whenever you're driving, you want to be kicking backwards like you're trying to kick the bench across the room, like you're not even caring about the weight up here. Like you're trying to kick the bench across the room like you're a water skater. You know the bugs that go across the water? Like that. And you want your leg drive engaged at some percentage at all times. If you stop leg driving, even when you're not actually doing the press, and you come down and you go back up and you're fully locked out, and you stop leg driving, if you have any sort of arch or tightness, you'll lose all of it. You definitely don't want to do that. So leg drive at all times, but increase the intensity of the leg drive when you're pushing it off the chest. So bring it right here. Nice and tight. Gonna focus on engaging the lats, pulling it apart. I'm gonna unrack it. We're gonna come down until it touches my chest, and we're gonna grab with our legs a little bit. Fully rack it. Now, another thing you want to make sure you're not doing is, if you're doing a single or you're on your last rep of doing a bunch of reps, you want to make sure you're not trying to re-rack it mid-bench press. You want to always go up, lock it, then put it away. Multiple reasons for that. First reason is that's not how you're routing all the rest of your reps. So you're going to be doing one rep different than the rest of them. The other reason is because you're doing one rep different than the rest of them. If you haven't trained for that, you're not going to be pressing as optimally as you could. Now, that's pretty much all there is to it. You want to be spreading, you want to touch your chest. When you touch your chest, you want to drive with your legs as you push and focus on getting that lockout. You definitely don't want to overpress, so you want to keep your shoulder blades retracted and depressed at all times if possible. And lastly, you also want to get those lats engaged. And the rest of it is, most people are trying to have pretty vertical forearms while we do it. Some people will shift a little bit, and then we have a whole bunch of different widths we can do. Different widths are going to be based on your build and what works best. If it's your first time benching, you probably just want to grab something slightly outside shoulder width, maybe a little wider than that, and go with it and see how it goes. And that's how you do a bench press.